Welcome back, everybody, to Sideline Banter, episode 10. We are back. We took a week off. We apologize. We had some serious partying to do. We were away. Great weekend.
Great weekend. Oh, I thought you were going. Yeah.
Turkey. You. Sorry about that.
No worries.
But we are back, and we are ready for a great, 2-week recap of what happened. We're just going to breeze over the week before. There honestly wasn't that much that happened. But we will wrap up the Olympics and get everybody updated on how that ended. We're also going to hop into NFL, soccer, MLB, and more. So we're happy to be back. We are in double digits, Ave. Really excited. We made it to episode 10. How about that? Who would have thought?
I would have thought.
Okay.
But listen to this. How fitting is this? Episode 10. Got the Wayne Rooney, Manchester United on. Yeah. So I'm very excited about this episode. Ready to get into it.
Yeah, what do you think, Jessica? Did you think we'd make it this far?
I didn't, but I'm really glad to be here.
Awesome. Great to have you.
Yeah.
So do you have any news for us today? You've had 2 weeks to gather news. What are we thinking over there?
Well, very interesting when you put it that way. First, I want to know how your weekend was. If I was not mistaken, was it your bachelor party?
It was my bachelor party. It was great. We had a pretty sweet, log house mansion, right?
Yeah, it was all amazing. Yeah.
Log house mansion.
Yeah, it was like a log mansion. Had a
Yeah.
sauna in it, indoor pool. We had ice tubs. We had a pickleball and tennis court there. Nice yard to play a bunch of drinking games. Yeah, super fun. Great.
Where was it?
Great week. I actually still don't know. It was in the Poconos, but
Camelback.
it was in Camelback.
I think it was in
geography
Camelback.
that well.
I got
Let's just
picked
say
up.
it was in Camelback.
The
I got-
Pocono Mountains in PA.
Poconos,
Yeah, I got picked up at 8 a.m. Got taken to a golf course. Golfed. Cooked
How'd
the
you
other
golf?
team. I golfed pretty good.
Yeah, you got very well.
As
a whole,
our
we were-
scramble team was
Yeah.
7 under. But
Okay.
6 under through the front 9.
yeah, we kind of sucked. Well, compared to the front 9, we sucked on the back. But yeah.
Is that when the drinking started to kick in?
No, so we were.
No, I was drunk by the 3rd hole. So,
Oh.
We were
Okay.
just so far ahead of the other team. We were just like, we can take some holes off.
dude, I got there and Mike ordered me 2. He gave me 2 drinks, 2 transfusions. This is 9:45, which is great. That's what I wanted. I just want to explain.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, nice. Are these doubles?" Because he's prone to order doubles. And he goes, "No, they're triples."
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have actually never.
You thought you were doing like a funny, like, oh, are these doubles?
Yes. Which is great again. So I had those 2, and then I had maybe 7 to 10 beers on the golf course. It was good. And we were 7 under. The other group was 4 over, but apparently they all played worse than they generally do, which I believe, because that group should not have been
No.
4 over.
No.
But anyway, then we went on over to the Poconos, and I never knew where we ended up because I never drove. So they just drove me there.
So did you get kidnapped?
Yeah, it sounds like you got kidnapped, but like good,
Voluntarily
like a good kidnap.
kidnapped. I walked out of my own house and into the car, but yes.
Maybe we should start that, like, good kidnap.
A
Buzz-
fun weekend.
yeah, like, to a
good
fun
kidnaps.
weekend.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be
Reverse
funny.
Kidnapping.
Yeah.
But like it's for an event. Like this is
Yeah.
for the bachelor party.
Yeah,
You can do
yeah.
birthdays. That'd be funny. Like
They
someone
they're
kidnaps
shitting
you.
themselves for like 20 minutes.
No, that didn't happen to you.
I was thinking though, we actually do
Legitimately
cover their head,
kidnap?
and then we're like, just kidding, we're at the spa.
Yeah, but I think like the time of being kidnapped to there is just too like someone could die from like a heart attack of being so
That's
nervous.
thrill.
Right.
Different
Gotta risk
kind
it
of
for the
thrill.
biscuit.
And you can film it and make it a whole like Punked.
Made accessory to murder.
You remember Ashton Kutcher's Punked?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was legit.
I watched that.
Anyway, it was fun. It was
Fine.
very, very, very fun. Good food,
Nice.
good company, good drinks.
It sounds super fun.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's my turn.
If you have news.
Okay. Well, kind of to start off our Olympic recap, I guess it'd be like not really a recap. It's like what ended up happening. What's the end goal? So I don't know. I'm going to let you guys take that away. But something I did find interesting was, and I've been watching the Olympics since as long as I can remember. And I actually don't remember an Olympics where there were so many like controversies with the medals. And I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but two instances is one, this was new to me to find out, but some of the medals were actually decaying and a lot were the bronze medals. So they asked the athletes to give them back for research and they'll give them new ones. But it was like, the whole reason of you being in the Olympics and then winning was for that medal. And then they had to just like give it back for research because it was just coming apart. So I don't know what kind of medals were in there, but just getting your thoughts. I would kind of be upset. I guess I wouldn't mind because I know I'm getting it back, but that's interesting. I don't know.
So I know for the bronze medals, I'm not a scientist, but I believe bronze, like their kryptonite is like oxygen. So like them being exposed
Really?
to the elements is not helpful to the medals.
Yeah, that's why at Parks
So what
Casino
about
that bronze horse is like green now.
Oh. But what about like at all, like throughout history? There's always been gold, silver, and bronze.
Correct.
I think
Maybe they use different portions of bronze.
I think it's just less. I think I heard that in the Parisian Olympics, the amount of metal, like whether that's gold, silver, or bronze, was a much less percentage than
usual,
like Beijing or Tokyo.
So for gold, I feel like they're just being cheap, but for bronze, that makes sense.
I guess. I think they just put the Eiffel Tower in it, thinking it would be cool, but probably also save them money, knowing
they
France.
put the Eiffel Tower. Oh, in the center.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
a piece of it.
And another thing, like they're one of France's or Paris's key goals throughout the whole Olympics was sustainability. So that probably played a part in.
Yeah, I'd rather have a big, fat, heavy gold medal.
Yeah,
than
as well.
Yeah.
As well.
I don't
But
know
it's
the
super
actual
expensive.
conversion, but I know that gold went up.
Doing it for 100 years, hundreds of years. I don't know how long is the Olympics been going? 100 years.
I think this was a 33rd in like the modern era.
Times 4?
Yeah.
Okay. 100-ish.
Interesting. Well,
but I did see Naja Houston's bronze medal, and he skateboarded with it, and his was completely trash. But it looked cool. Like it's like another.
Oh yeah,
it's like
I saw
a
an image
piece.
of his. I will say though too, I think social media plays a big role in this. Obviously, like in the past, if something went wrong and like Mia Hamm had to return her gold medal, she just probably did it, and the people around her knew. But I don't know how much we would know. Like it would have to get on literally the TV news.
Yeah, but now we know immediately.
Now we know that Naja Houston, we could
go to.
He didn't even
story.
have to. Yeah, he didn't even have to do anything. We could have just seen it because he posted a picture. So.
Right.
There's it a TikTok.
Yeah, so it's partially the actual medal itself this year, I think, but also we just know because we know much easier now.
So we have so much more access to information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did actually see someone, they didn't really speak too heavily on it. Like, they kind of were like, hey, like, this happens every Olympics. We bring it back to whatever the committee is and they make them better. But I was never...
There you go. So maybe it is just the fact that people
They didn't say a lot, but they did say this is not abnormal. Maybe the number of them.
Non-Olympians are the ones complaining about it, probably.
Yeah, probably. But
honestly, if I had a discolored, it's like another story to tell. Like the medal itself.
Yeah.
Is like
it's still my gold or whatever.
And I still won this.
I wouldn't even know better. I feel like
one of the better athletes in this event in the world at this moment.
They are returning them and giving new ones, but I don't know. Something feels different about it.
And then the same thing's gonna happen again. I don't know.
I guess. Yeah. Well, you think when they got them, it looked good?
Yeah. They look so clean when they drip them around your neck. But like you have to protect them.
Yeah.
Because the elements will,
especially the bronze, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well.
Wow. Maybe we'll get there one day when we have to learn how to protect our medals. But along with that, this was way more common and most I don't even know if this was due to social media. This would probably be something, but USA gymnast Jordan Childs. Now, I watched this live. What it looks like is she had to return her bronze medal to the Romanian gymnast, Anna Barbasu. When I watched it live, I watched Jordan Childs lose.
Yes.
I watched Anna celebrate.
Yep.
And then I watched Jordan Childs take the medal from her, and then she left. The other Anna left the entire event crying with something over her head, and then now it's going back to Jordan. So
no, it's going back to the
Russian. Sorry, going back to the Russian, but Jordan's trying to fight against it. Right. Now, the most common comment that I've seen on this, which I really don't know how I feel about, and I'm happy to dissect it, is just give them both bronze.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
But do you want to hear the ruling why they're saying...
Oh, yeah, I can break it down. I had looked into this because I didn't understand it first. Did you follow? So, for those who don't, let me know if I'm wrong here, but something along the lines of Jordan Childs was in fourth place at the end if you just consider what the scores were. Mm-hmm. However, they disputed a point deduction that was given the thumbs up. Yes, valid, we accept your I don't even know what to call
complaint.
Your complaint.
Yeah, they filed a complaint.
And that bumps Jordan up 0.2 or 0.3, and she is now in third place, which is why she walked over and took it. And then I guess where was she from? The fourth place girl?
Romania.
I don't know if they filed another complaint or if it was just reviewed, but the outcome was that the U.S. did not file the complaint within the 1 minute time period that you have to.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of film coming out showing that they did at like the 44-second mark. However,
I'm not seeing that.
Oh yeah, it's going back. Like people are saying, no, it should be with Jordan because you can time it. She's done, and this is when it starts, when she's like off the whatever. Mm-hmm. And you can see her coach at second 44 do something. But I watched the video, and it was not that clear to me. Although I'll say I don't really know what I'm looking for. Right. I don't know how a coach flags down a judge in gymnastics.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there is one more curveball at the end of this, which is U.S., I believe, is now disputing the fact that no, we
filed
we did file it on time. Yeah. And if that's confirmed, then they've already accepted it once.
Right.
So
they know that she was wrongly deducted the point. That's clear as day. The thing is the complaint time, which is very hard to, score or judge. It's such a difficult position that they put everybody in.
Yeah, so with that in mind, I don't know that 2 bronzes is the right thing. I think if you can, like when you throw a challenge flag, you can see at what second. And if they're saying 44 seconds, it's not like it's 59 or 1 minute.
Yeah.
So if there was a 1 minute challenge flag regulation, you could see that come out at 44 or 45 or 46 seconds, and you can say it's before 1 minute.
By a wide margin.
But can you look up and see? I feel like you could, but I don't really know. Be like, hey, that's the coach looking at the referee or at the referee's table.
Yeah.
She wasn't like horsing around for 16 seconds and then filed the complaint. Right. She's standing right there.
Right. Yeah, like I said, they put themselves in a really, really tough position. I don't like that they're having one ruling, then they're going back on the ruling, and now there's a complaint again about the second ruling. It's like there's just so much going on. And then
I was just sorry about to go back on that ruling in the first place. It's like you really have to be sure that she didn't get it in within a minute because you now know that person deserves to win, and even if it was close, it's like they deserved to win. So I know it's a rule, but you just have to be sure that it was
clear on the first ruling.
Yeah, and
stand with it.
Yeah, and if it wasn't past a minute, or even if it was by a little, I just like it's so world changing for these girls, and so it's just like you might as well give it to the person who deserved to win
on merit. Yeah.
But if it was like 3 minutes later or the next day or whatever, honestly, even 3, I don't know. I don't know the rules or how obvious it is. But
I don't know how often these rules are enforced.
Like 1 minute.
Is someone timing immediately as she gets off the mat or when the score comes through?
It's like in golf, there's a rule that if your ball like stops right on the edge, I actually just saw a video on it today, and then lips out, they give you 10 seconds, but they let you walk to your ball. So it's like your casual walk up to your ball from your putt, and then you can stand there for 10 seconds. But they let you get to like 15, 20. This dude actually stood there for a minute, and then it fell in. It was crazy. and they didn't end up giving it to him, but that's because it was outrageous. But the referee is mic'd up, and the other players were there, and they're like, dude, he didn't hit the ball, it fell in.
Right.
And he was like, I can't do it, but we'll review it. If it's like around 10 or so, it'll be fine. And they were like, yeah, it wasn't. It was so long. But that's how I feel about this. Like, really, it was 1 minute and 6 seconds, and so it doesn't count. I don't know.
But back to the 2 bronzes, I hate that idea. If you're competitive, you either won or you lost. It's not like we both share.
You see the guys who did 2 golds?
Yeah, I think, was that a World Championships? Because they were at this Olympics. It was the high jump.
I think it was World Championships.
I wasn't a fan of it. Yeah. But there's an American high jumper that in this year's that could have done that same. He was in the same situation. He said no, and then he went out and lost. He got silver, which is he's still the second best. But I respect that. Like, as a competition, it's like you want to be the best. You don't want to be tied for the best.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just part of the game. I feel like go to extra innings, go to overtime. Ties happen. Keep going. See who's better.
How about soccer?
You go to penalty shootouts sometimes.
Sometimes. We feel like it.
All right. Well, anyway, that's our opinion on that, Jessica.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think the whole thing is interesting. And I was a gymnast, but when you think of sports, just like you were saying, there's a clear set winner and loser. And in these sports, there's a judge who's determining that. I mean, obviously, when you look at the best in the world, you know the differentiating factor, which is like, yeah, no, that I don't know a lot, but I know that routine looked a lot better than that one.
They just go way bigger.
Yeah, like Simone Biles, you just can't even. She just gets so high. She does so many things, but like in something like this, it's like really questions like
the margins are so small.
Yeah, like man, you have like these random people just being like, "Yep, yours was better," but I don't know. They probably there's levels to it, I'm sure, but yeah. Anything else? I mean, I guess you guys are going to touch on the Olympics, but that was mostly what I had to go over. I just found those 2 things really interesting.
That's great. We got a lot to cover, so thank you very much for your news.
Well, I did have something else.
Oh, it sounded like you just
on
told
the
me you had
Olympics.
nothing else.
On the Olympics.
That is plenty on the Olympics.
I only have one other thing, and this thing is another thing that I find interesting, but I'm sure you guys are aware now. This tennis player, I think his name would be Jannik Sinner, not Yannick.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, it's a Jannik. Jannik.
There's a lot of juice here.
But he's the Italian guy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to read this for what it is. Something that's interesting about it is someone who commented. So we're going to dive into the tennis world. So a top-ranked tennis player, Jannik Sinner, tested positive twice for an anabolic steroid in March. But he will not be suspended after the International Tennis Integrity Agency on Tuesday determined that the banned substance entered his system unintentionally through a massage from his physiotherapist. Interesting. Who else but Nicholas Kyrgios? Yeah. He tweeted out on this, and then I'll let you guys take it away.
Yeah.
But he tweeted out, ridiculous, whether it was accidental or planned. You get tested twice with a banned, he put in parentheses, steroid substance. You should be gone for 2 years. Your performance was enhanced, period. Massage cream, ... Yeah, nice, with like rolling eyes. So,
I did not see that. And I'm pretty sure he was world number 1.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. And he got nicked for steroids, but wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's not getting suspended, and I guess people are pissed. Yeah, I don't really know what cream it was, but god dang, hell of a cream. Because like
to be absorbed through the skin.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not just like
drug test. Yeah,
you don't test positive for drugs if you get like CBD oil. I don't think. But like, yeah, to Curious's point, like really,
and you said this
twice. He tested positive twice,
and this was so long ago as well. Did you say it was in March?
Yeah, he tested twice for it in, I think in March.
In March, and we're hearing about it in August.
Yeah, I don't think he won his tournament before then, which I guess is Curious's point is you've been on steroids when your performance was enhanced.
For sure.
He said something like that. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, I do think it would be fun to have a league that was pro steroids, at least for some sports.
Yeah.
No, all sports, and like in Olympics included.
See what the human body can do.
Yeah. However, I do think the professionalism behind professional sports shouldn't be. It's not fair.
No, it's not fair at all.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I gotta study up on this cream to see if I believe him.
If I need it.
Yeah, or if I could use it. But it seems like he probably cheated. I don't know. Well, if they're not going to suspend him, they must have like.
So then he'll do it again. So I don't get it.
Well, yeah. So are they saying it didn't?
It didn't affect his performance. He didn't. He did it. They said he took it unknowingly through some cream. Like that's such a BS response.
Yeah.
I feel like most people, if they get nicked, like Nick Kyrgios said, would be gone.
Well, it happened to
to
Andy Pettit, and he got suspended. It happens a lot with people rehabbing.
Yeah.
And like he was like, yeah.
You see it a lot with like boxers. You've seen it with Canelo before. It's like they're eating tainted meat, then they get away with it. In boxing, I feel like that's one sport where people's lives on the line.
Yeah, you should not be.
No steroids at all. But tennis, I guess you
it would
work
help.
Out, yeah,
it would help.
Okay,
I think it would. If it helps in baseball, it's going to help in tennis.
Okay, but wow, I can't believe that there's no ruling against this guy for testing positive twice, not once. Like they took one sample, they're like, I don't know, man. They took another one. They said, oh, for sure, you're definitely on that stuff. Yeah, they're like, are you good though? Get away free card.
Well, it's interesting because when you have like steroid cream, it doesn't necessarily. I don't think. Like, I think this word steroid doesn't always mean like performance enhancing. Like, you put steroids on things to help, like,
I guess.
You know what I'm saying?
Banned
like
substances, and one of the things that he took,
like it tested positive for a banned
Yeah.
substance.
They said it's a performance enhancing substance, and he definitely had that.
Dude, what kind of cream?
Where were they rubbing? Like, I don't understand.
Said it was a masseuse. Yeah. Where was she or he going?
Oh, now we're asking the right questions finally.
Yeah, how did you? Yeah, for real. We rolled through
it. Sports science on
the first time we said it. It was like a soft chuckle, but now that I'm thinking about it, like, yeah, you got to be in there, like Olga from wherever, like Norway.
Think how many times when
like
you hurt
Vikings
your shoulder,
wife.
The teacher from Matilda.
Yeah. Because you got to get the cream.
When you hurt your shoulder, you're not only rehabbing once, you're doing it probably twice or 3 times a day, right?
Yeah.
So he's potentially like multiple times a day getting this steroid.
Yeah, he's probably all creamed out.
Yeah. 3x rubbed down on the roids.
Yeah.
Well, I think how do you say his name?
Yannick Sinner.
Yannick.
No, not him. Kyrgios.
Neither.
For him to come out and say it, like, I feel like usually like that world knows a little bit more. Like if something came out in your sport, you'd be like, nah, like that's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Although it is him, and I feel like he does, like, so I don't know, but that is finally the end of my segment.
The news. Thanks, Jessica.
You're welcome. Don't be so excited,
Well, we're gonna need you to do something because I don't have the answer. Because that segues us. Well, we're gonna open up with the Olympics. I think we should be brief.
Yeah.
We'll run through. We have a lot of things to say, but we just want to not dwell on any of them.
We just wanted to cover what we kind of missed in the last week and a half.
Yeah. So while we're here, Jessica, medal count is first, but I don't know the answer to that. So can you pull up the final medal count for us while we go through the rest of this?
The boys.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, we did.
The boys. It was close.
Yeah, it was. But this next thing helped us with men's and U.S. basketball team taking the gold sweep
over your boys.
Yeah, over France in both scenarios. Actually, 2 of the French people ended up signing for professional U.S. teams afterwards.
Yeah.
One to the Sixers,
one to Philly, yeah.
And one to like this, I don't know, WNBA. I'm not sure.
Yeah, to the Seattle Storm.
I was gonna say the Sky, but just got that right.
I was gonna say, dude, Gershon Yabusele, you shouted him out on the last episode. You said he was hooping, and then
he was hooping.
He did the thing. We're not gonna talk about it because obviously it didn't happen. It was all Photoshop. But he did the thing on one of our guys, but it didn't really happen. So, but Gershon Yabusele,
dude, pictures never lie, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I mean, there's like a layup or something that he had, or I don't remember.
Yeah. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
But I am happy that he's on the Sixers. That's fun.
Yeah, it is really
I
fun.
think it is.
He was so good in that tournament, those last couple of games.
Yeah. And anyway, so that Serbia game was insane. And then we ended up beating France.
Oh,
that was just a clean game. We didn't go over Serbia, but
the chef just said Steph Curry.
Yeah. Steph Curry came for both of the last two games. He was phenomenal. Really LeBron MVP.
Of the whole tournament.
Brianna Stewart MVP, I think. Or no, Asia Wilson maybe.
Asia Wilson's a dog. I don't know who won on the women's side.
I think it was Brianna Stewart.
Brianna Stewart's a dog.
I don't remember.
Asia Wilson didn't have that great of a performance. Her numbers were probably good in the championship game, but like she was off.
Throughout the tournament?
No, just in the championship game. She was a beast the whole tournament.
Yeah. And then we have women's soccer.
Yeah.
So the what did they end up saying? Triple espresso is
that's their nickname?
Yeah, I don't love it.
I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it again.
Yeah.
But Trinity Rodman, Sophia Smith, and
Mallory Swanson.
Yeah. Dansby's wife.
Yeah.
I
think they both went to Vandy.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They won gold as they generally do. But
no, it had been a while actually since they won gold in the Olympics.
But that women's soccer team wins a lot of gold.
They do. Okay. But like I'm saying, in the Olympics, like I think they won like 3 World Cups. I don't know. I think Sweden won one in there.
I can look
Canada,
it up.
Maybe. Canada's decent, I think. I could be wrong.
But yeah, I don't think they won in like the last 2 Olympics. And then they have a new coach for this tournament. And for her first tournament, she's like 10 games in. She's already got a major trophy.
Yeah, pretty good. Let's stay on U.S. for now.
Yeah.
Quincy Wilson, the 16-year-old, wins a gold for Team USA in the 4x4, so that's fun.
It's so awesome. So he ran in one of the preliminary events to get the team qualified for the final. He was the first leg. He ran his heart out, but he's going against grown-ass men, so he didn't do that well, but they made it through. They squeaked in, and then they replaced him for the 4x4 final, and they won pretty handily. And he gets a medal, 16 years old. He's going back to Jersey. Or is it Maryland? I think it's Maryland. Going back to Maryland. He's going back to high school. He's going to be in the lunch lines in a couple of weeks with a gold medal around his neck.
So did they let him do the preliminaries because of that, knowing they'd still qualify and he probably wouldn't run in the final?
They squeaked in, but I think they trusted him. Like he performed very well in the Olympic trials. He made it. He deserved it, and give the young kid a shot. And he did his best, but he didn't have his best race, but they still qualified.
To go from squeaking out to then gold, it feels like that one substitution may have been the difference.
Maybe. Well, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. But also, he might not have had his best race in that race. But he still gets a gold medal, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if Team USA coach would be like, all right, we might come in 5th here.
Mm-hmm.
Because Quincy, but I want to get this kid a gold medal. I want him to get some experience running in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever, I don't even know who replaced him.
Replaced me either.
He could use the rest today anyway because he just ran in his own 400 because he's the best runner in America. Right. And he knows how to do. He doesn't need to practice handoffs. He's the best. And then we'll win gold.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, I don't know. Does that seem completely unreasonable to you?
No, it's very reasonable. And he was already there in Paris, so give him a shot, dude.
Yeah, I think they were probably shitting themselves when they just squeaked in.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were like, oh, Quincy's a great runner. We'll come in 4th or 5th or 6th and definitely be in. But anyway, good for him for getting a gold medal.
16.
Sticking on running, we did cover Noah Lyles in the COVID situation. We were pretty out on the toughness of that already, but now I'm going to say I'm way out because he was out partying.
Yeah.
So
dude, he had the most miraculous recovery to the COVID I've ever seen.
Yeah, the night of, right?
Something like maybe the night of, 2 nights later, he's just out partying.
Yeah. Which I mean before the COVID, fake COVID, whatever it was, saga, I already didn't really like him. Not even or the NBA comments with world champions because it makes sense, but it also doesn't make a lot of sense really. He's also kind of just an asshole. Like, he's like, me, I'm the man. Like, he won by almost not winning. He was losing the whole 100 and then won.
Came back, yeah.
And the first thing he said in the interview was like, I'm amazing. I'm like, what? Who says that? I don't know. I'm out on
Lyles.
I'm out on Lyles.
Yeah, I'm also. Like I said, I've been out on Lyles, but I don't know what he was trying to accomplish with this just COVID
take
nonsense.
Your bronze medal. It's still an accomplishment.
Yeah. I'm just not a huge fan of the shenanigans, the everything that's outside of the racing. But he's a great runner. It's just annoying to hear him mouth off.
Very
like
much.
this.
Yeah, and then to round up the news part, or what we missed part of the Olympics,
The news.
breakdancing is not
It's
going to
coming
be a
back.
part of 2028, which I'm just going to give a quick round of applause for that. Thank gosh.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
It was horrible. At least the parts that got a lot of.
Apparently, the
viewership.
Australian dancer who had the most awful performance, like
Yeah.
they're scrubbing the videos of her performance off the internet.
Yeah, because she's probably getting bullied.
Gotta bring it back.
Dude,
Just the setup
they're
of it
bringing
was
baseball
so
back
bad.
for
I
it
know.
too, which is
2028.
which I guess I'm happy about, but it's kind of a kick in the balls in a sense. But whatever, we'll see. Maybe there's extra qualifiers in the World Baseball Classic. Usually it's 4 teams of 4, and I saw today it's actually 4 brackets of 5 teams. So there's extra qualifiers.
Mhm.
So I'll have to give someone a call, see if I need to knock the rust off. They have a lot of talent these days, but I don't know. If I can start throwing 94 in the garage, maybe I give it another shot. Okay, so Jessica, I'd imagine you still haven't looked at the agenda.
That's correct,
still gotta
but
look at
I do
medal
have
count
a
as
medal
well.
count if you want
Yeah.
that.
There's one more little thing, but I don't have an answer for it.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, no, I think we should go for it and just see what comes to mind. That's the best part. So the last segment we have for the Olympics, and then we'll run through the medal count to see who won. Just our favorite moment, favorite performance, whatever we want to do. So,
That's fun.
do you want to go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
I will steal an easy one, but
Yeah.
I'll just say seeing Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant all on the floor at the same time was amazing. And then this just came out recently, but the D-Book documentary that he was filming throughout the whole Olympics
Yeah.
was so cool.
Yeah, you sent that earlier today. I watched like 3 minutes
It's
of it.
awesome. It's like 15 minutes. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
I was like, how long is this thing?
Yeah, it
'Cause
went
it was
over.
like, it's an Instagram reel
Mhm.
that's just really, really long. Yeah.
Anthony Edwards is so funny, bro.
Yeah.
He's the most charismatic dude
He's
on the
awesome.
planet.
He said him and D-Book are taking over 2028.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
You want me to go, Jessica?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. I'm going to have to say my favorite part of this Olympics was the Turkish shooter who captured the silver medal with no gear on. I say that because it's the part I remember most, I guess, but I just still right now think it's badass and people are still talking about it, including me. And it's just so funny because I can imagine how much the gear helps you. And he's probably just some guy in the middle of Turkey just with a really great shot.
Yeah.
And he got a
I just
silver
think
medal.
of like your grandpa
in
up
the
in
Olympics.
France.
Yeah, like if
he's
those
just
hunters
good.
went and did
Yeah.
skeet shooting, they'd be like, oh, this is.
That's how he spoke in the interview. Like I think he was more like, this is how I do it.
Yeah, I just think that's awesome.
I feel like he just like showed up and was like, just give me a gun. Tell
Yeah.
me where to shoot.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
far? So that's what I'm going with. Is my favorite moment.
Yeah, I think my favorite moment was so I had not watched rugby in general, and then not only did I start watching it, but it was interesting that it was women's rugby that really caught the attention of the entire world, and then more so Iona Meyer, who is just like I now follow her on social media. She's awesome. And then just following them throughout the Olympics because of her TikTok. And then watching the final game, they literally won the game with 0 seconds left. They were down an
yeah.
entire touchdown, I guess.
No, it is not.
Not a touchdown?
Try.
A try?
Yeah. You have to put the ball down. You can either put it on the outside of the goalpost or like under the goalpost. And I think it's more points if you put it down in the middle. But the ball has to touch the ground. So like to score a touchdown, you run into the end zone and you actually have to place it down.
Okay, so that's why they like slide and do something fun.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a new vocab word.
And
I'm
then
gonna learn.
you kick, or you can stop
Yeah,
and
they
kick.
kick.
You don't actually get the points unless you make that, I think. It's not like extra points.
Oh,
like it
really?
is
You
for
have to
us.
make the kick?
Yeah.
So when
I could
they
be so wrong.
well, when they did it, it's worth watching the highlights of that. Just like it was kind of crazy. We were down by 6 or 7.
Like enough that our score put us up by 1.
Correct. Like we had to score, and it was crazy. And
I don't know
the only way I can do it in my brain is like just do it to football. So imagine if we were on.
I understand the concept. I don't know the scoring.
Okay, well, I guess that's what I have.
No, tell us about the play.
That's what I have. It is what I already said it. They literally ran the. I don't even know what to call these things anymore. They ran the ball back. I don't know, like 80 yards. And then when she hit the 50-yard line, it was time 0-0, and they couldn't catch her.
Continue play if it's like moving.
Yeah, doesn't NFL do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just very clear in the NFL when the play is done versus when it's going. I don't know how clear that is in rugby.
Right.
At least when I watch it, I can't tell.
Like while she was running, I think like the Australian people chasing her like crying. Like it was really like
it's over.
It was over.
Just watching her.
They did still have to make the kick. And then they did. It was just a crazy way to end it.
It's like Stephon Diggs against the Saints. Was it the Saints? Yeah, it was. When he threw his helmet.
I don't remember the play.
Oh, dude. It's the NFC, first game of the NFC before they played the Eagles when we won the Super Bowl. Stephon Diggs goes up for a catch on the sideline, and the Saints safety comes in and misses his tackle.
Yeah.
And
there's
like
no flag.
Just that catch. No, it's not the no flag.
Oh.
Just that catch would have put them in field goal range to tie it, but he missed the tackle, and Diggs just took off and ran for the touchdown, and they won. And then he took his helmet off. He threw it. Dang. I think you remember it if you saw it.
Stephon Diggs?
For the Vikings.
Oh, no. I don't even remember him on the Vikings.
Yeah.
Is what's the girl, the rugby player's name? Is she American or was it?
Yeah, USA. Okay. Yeah, she's you should follow her. Like she's actually really funny.
I don't have the TikTokies.
Like Snoop Dogg has to take a picture with her.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool level. If Snoop Dogg's asking for a picture, that's sick.
And people were wearing like, you know how you can get your sports team in like a collared shirt, like a button down to wear to work. They had like her face on it with the American flag.
Sick.
Yeah, it was cool. And a lot of people are saying that this was like kind of a year for the women, and I'm a woman, so I feel like I could be one to bring that up. When I think about it, maybe because you have Team USA, gymnastics really took over, but I'm not going to lie. My like definitely runner up was Superman. I call him Superman, but that super nerdy kid who won
the horse for
the men's gymnastics.
The guy that they brought him just there.
He takes his glasses off, and he actually has really bad vision, so he actually can't see. And it just looked like he went into a completely like an alter ego. And then it was nice.
Yeah.
There were some great moments.
On the women's thing, I think like 60% of the goals for the USA came from women's.
I think you are correct, which is
pretty cool.
As long as they count, which they do. I just want to win the gold medal count.
I hear that.
All right, Jessica, with that in mind, can you run us through? Let's go third place, second place, first place.
Okay.
Total medal count and total golds.
All right. Third place, we have Japan. Total medal count is 45. Total gold is 20.
Wow.
Good performance from Japan.
Small? No, they're not a small country. I lied.
They're not big.
What are their
population's
though?
Booming. Yeah, they are popular.
Number 2, we have the People's Republic of China.
Wow.
Total medal count 91.
China.
Total gold 40.
And now, still.
Number 1, the United States of America.
Oh,
damn right.
Total medal count 126.
126. Let's go.
That's crazy.
That's hell.
I just said the total medal counts from 3 up was 45, 91. We're at 126.
Duh.
And golds?
Gold's 40 as well. We're tied for China.
Ooh.
But
not what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Tie.
The Chinese were killing in like the swimming events, like the diving events. They were going crazy.
The synchronized diving's crazy.
Oh my gosh!
Insane,
yeah, sorry, I was focused too hard on the first like 5 words of that sentence and making a joke out of it. But dude, you're right.
They were going
Synchronized swimming was synchronized diving
Oh, the two chicks? Yeah, you couldn't even see the other chick.
I didn't
that
realize it
angle
was
was so
synchronized.
insane. Yeah, I thought she was diving by herself.
Dude, so good.
But synchronized dancing or swimming is also insane. Like the people are like
there's
moonwalking
like 8
on
of
wall.
them?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Swimming events are nuts.
See, that I'm pro Olympics.
Yeah.
Break dancing, not so much.
Dude, imagine the core strength to do that.
I know, and the leg strength too, just because like their hands are out of the water.
Yeah,
It's a 10-foot pool.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I think people realize obviously what they're doing, or at least I hope.
Yeah.
I hope they don't think they're standing on their feet. That would be ridiculously stupid. But I don't know that they all realize how hard they're like belly buttons are out of the water for seconds at a time. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and they're all synchronized.
Yeah.
I heard that I'm trying to remember the amount of time, but it was something like it was literally absurd how many hours in the day that they train.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like their whole day. Yeah. But
I mean, it looks like they train every single day of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely insane.
All right, cool. I think that covers Olympics for this time. We will not be covering Olympic Games for another 2 years, Abe, until the Winter Olympics come around. Where is that? Is that in the States this year?
I'm not sure.
Or this year, in 2 years? I think it might be.
No. Oh, yeah, actually, what, the Winter Olympics?
Yeah. So we got back-to-backs?
I think it's in the States. I could be wrong.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, we're not talking about it now, and we will definitely find out before that comes around.
We'll be hired by like NBC Sports at that point. But
we will, however, segue into the NFL. And Abe, honestly, we covered it last week, I believe, like our news and stuff. And there's only been a couple preseason games since. Starters don't play anymore.
I know.
There hasn't been any major injuries.
No,
I don't think.
And all the stories that we've talked about are continuously the same, like a CD Lamb. So it's like, everything's kind of stalling at the moment.
Yep. And I mean, a couple of fights at training camp, but not really worth
going
over. That happens every year. So what we are going to do, though, because we are in the midst of fantasy draft season, is we are going to mock draft with the crew. Everyone gets their own team. We will auto pick the other spots. We'll talk through our picks briefly, and everyone can follow along. But it shouldn't take. It's not obviously going to take a real draft's worth of time, but maybe, I don't know. We'll see how long it takes. It shouldn't be that long. We'll get people's thoughts,
takes on our picks and whatnot.
Yeah, we'll post it. You guys can all vote on whose team is the best. But I'm interested to like see your breakdown and Jessica's breakdown of why they're picking who they pick. So it is randomized draft order as we patiently await Ave to start the draft. I'm hoping for the 10th pick because I think that'll be fun. I do like being closer to the edges.
I forget how to add screen recording.
Why?
And the edger. Oh, it should just be up here.
No, you have to add it.
Oh, yeah.
You got to do that.
I don't know.
My settings.
I don't know if we have to.
It'd be cool.
Oh, you're right to put it on the bottom.
Yeah, so everybody can follow along.
Can I do it on my Mac?
I got it.
He's got it. And we are back. I don't know if we're actually going to cut that. It was just Ave humming some good old
what was
tunes.
that? Was that smoke on the...
No, it was Iron Man.
Iron Man? Is that Iron Man?
Bum, bum, bum. Is that Iron Man? No, that's Smoke on the Water.
It is Smoke?
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah, nice.
I'm nice with it. I don't want to go too much. We might get copyrighted.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
We're making so much bread from this podcast, dude. I'd hate to get me. Yeah, thanks for liking, subscribing. Don't forget to download this so that you can listen to it on the planes. You don't get Wi-Fi up there. Or just download it to make it seem like people who listen want to download it.
Boys, we're in.
The
draft is loading. Let's see what pick. Oh, I got number one.
I'm not in. I'm not in.
Yes, you are.
I'm loading.
I'm loading. I
My
better
draft
get 10.
starts in 15 seconds.
If we're 1, 2, 3, it's not going to be fun.
I hope you guys get in.
I'm 1 now.
Oh, we're definitely 1, 2, 3.
I have no clue what I am.
No, Jessica is 7th,
Oh, okay, that's fair.
and we're 1
How
and
did
2.
you, dude? How did you just usurp me? That was crazy. I was literally number 1.
Let's go, affirmative action.
I'm not dapping that up.
My bad.
What
All
are you
right,
gonna go with?
all right. So I got first overall pick. So I'm gonna get judged very highly if I screw this up. For
White men
me,
can't run.
For me, it's between McCaffrey, CD, and Tyreek, and you can kind of just go with whoever you want there. I think I would have gone CD if there wasn't a lot of controversy because I just saw that Dallas has the most points scored in the past 5 years. They're high scoring offense, and I think last year in general too.
I think CeeDee Lamb was the highest point scorer. I'm pretty sure in PPRs out of all players.
Yeah, but I hate to take a Dallas Cowboy first overall, and
Don't do it.
And he's complaining a lot and not loving Jerry Jones, so I am gonna go with
The boy.
Christian McCaffrey.
Not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick that you got there. So I'm actually in a similar situation to our league's draft last night. And what I did was I took Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, the fastest man alive.
Are you doing that again?
I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is do everything that you didn't want to do on the first pick. So I'm going to pick CD Lambs.
Wow, good luck getting the votes in the poll. No, I think people are gonna understand. All right, Jessica is ups. Tyreek Hill went after CD Lamb, then Justin Jefferson, followed by Jamar Chase, and then Bijan Robinson. On the board, we have.
Yeah.
Horns down. Oh, you. Jessica, what are you thinking right now? Remember, it is PPR, so points per reception.
Right. So I feel like I don't know too much, so here's how my mind goes. Running back or wide receiver.
Okay.
Right? Running back or wide receiver, PPR league. Per my experts in front of me, Amon-Ra St. Brown or AJ Brown.
So you're thinking
AJ
receiver.
Or Breece Hall or Jonathan Taylor.
Those are
I'm gonna go
top 4.
Breece Hall. Draft done.
Wow.
The Jets.
I love it, actually.
I thought she was going to go Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's your boy.
Wow. So team. Oh, okay. So team 9 goes with AJ.
Arthur 1.
Oh, wait, we missed. Okay, so Jessica goes with Breece, followed by Amon-Ra, AJ, Garrett Wilson, Puka Nacua, JT, and then Saquon gets swooped up right before Jessica is back on the board.
This is a snake.
It is. So you are up again. You took a running back. You can double down. You can go receiver.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Debo.
I feel like you're only looking at the top 4 people.
Well, why would I not?
Josh
right
Allen
now?
goes off in the second. It's 10-manner. Okay.
Also, it's my team.
Okay, so Jessica goes Debo. And then
but why would I not? Why would I just go for the 76th person on the list?
Because you could have studied, but that's fine.
I did study.
And
I took Breece Hall first.
That's great. I'm not saying you didn't study.
B-word.
I'm just saying that you don't have to pick the
Why don't you
top
talk
wide
to
receiver.
Avery? He wants to talk to you.
Because Abe's up. He's going to have plenty of time. So here we go. Derrick Henry was taken after Deebo Samuel, and then Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams, and Abe's boy, Josh Allen. Abe always drafts Josh Allen.
I took him last night. I really did. I love me a milk check. But unfortunately, I don't have that opportunity today. So what I am going to do here... So I've taken a receiver in the first round. I do not love what this is offering me at the moment in terms of running back. So I'm probably going to go with the wide receiver here. And I'm going to go with Mr. 1K. This man has not had an NFL season with less than 1,000 receiving yards. So I'm going to make my receiving core strong and draft Mikael Evans.
Wow. So I have back-to-back picks here.
And then I'm up again.
I really like a guy who's on the board, and he's not going to make it back to me, but I don't think I can draft him.
Is it a QB?
It is not a QB. Okay. I'm going to draft Marvin Harrison Jr.
Ooh, the rookie.
And now I'm
From
between Nico Collins and Travis Etienne. The guy I don't think is going to get back to me, whether it's auto drafted or one of you two, is Devon Achane.
Okay.
I really, really want him on my team, but I just don't think the 101 in a 10-man league seems to be a viable spot to take him unless I really stretch. And so I'm going to take Travis Etienne. And so, yeah.
So
2 running backs and a receiver for me, and Ave is back on the clock.
and I have 2 wide receivers now, so I'm probably going to go running back. The thing is, I don't love Achan because Miami is a super explosive offense, but they do rotate their backs a lot. And they drafted another running back as well this year.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just so many mouths to feed in that backfield. You know, he'll have a couple big games, but it may be high flash and then
Totally possible.
so I'm gonna go with the man that runs so hard. He's got the yabba dabba doos going on, and that's Pacheco out in Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Oh, it's finally my turn.
So Pacheco is taken off the board by Ave, followed by Brandon Ayuk, Nico Collins, Drake London, and Devontae Adams. Now we are in pick 7 of the 3rd round, and Jessica is back on the clock.
Yes, I am.
I know who she's taking.
Let's see. So we got Chain, the man that Luke gave us all those nice notes on, my running back. Pretty sure I lost a lot of money with some of these people last year.
Oh yeah, Jessica's
So,
more of a gambler
let me
than a
look over
fantasy
here.
player.
DK Metcalf, honestly, I don't know
There's
why.
Colvin.
In my head, I feel like he's 45. He's been playing for a while.
No.
No.
I mean, he's young, but I feel like he has been around for some reason.
Fun fact: me and him have the same exact diet.
I
except
feel
for
like I need
coffee.
to choose someone.
Yeah,
So
you
let
do.
me go with. I do know Joe Mixon, but Joe Mixon does nothing for me when I bet, and I'm gonna keep that on my
Yeah,
mind.
that's a great way. I mean,
gonna
you're
go.
1 for 1.
I'm
in
gonna
thinking that way.
draft who Luke wanted because I don't really know him that well, but I know that Luke probably studied. So
I really thought he was gonna get auto drafted, so I just
So
said
did
it.
now,
Oh, no,
do I get to go
but-
again?
so
if I
you do
understand.
get to
So
go again.
Waddle goes after Achane, then Olave, Josh Jacobs, Kenneth Walker, and then the
I'm going.
tight end avalanche begins with Sam Laporta, followed by Travis Kelce, of course, and Jessica.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go with a wide receiver this time.
Okay.
It could be risky.
No, there's just one person I thought that she would just go for. But
Yeah, and we're going to go with Cooper Cup.
Cooper
Amazing.
Cup. Mike's big on Cooper Cup this year. He thinks, yeah. Who did you think Jessica was going for?
I thought she was gonna do a little hometown cooking with a little Jay Hurts.
I thought she was going for Jalen Hurts.
I
too.
For
learned
sure.
one thing a long time ago, and for some reason, you just don't pick a quarterback right away, and it bothers me because they're
It's Jalen
looking
Hurts,
at
yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
4th
yeah.
round though. I think is.
And it's 10-man,
I don't know.
too. Well, I'm gonna draft the quarterback.
There's a lot
here.
of quarterbacks this year.
I'm gonna draft the MVP, 2-time MVP, or just 1-time MVP.
I think 2 now. I think 2019 and last year.
So the 2-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Really?
Okay, so
That's
I did not
interesting.
recap, but after Cooper Cup, Jalen Hurts went off the board, followed by Patrick Mahomes, then Rashad White, James Cook, and then, as you just heard, Avery drafted Lamar Jackson. So I am back on the board, and this application is not the most user-friendly, but I think what I need... Where can I even see my team? Oh, teams. There we go. Okay, so I am due for a wide receiver, which is nice. I'm looking at DK, DJ Moore, or Devontae Smith. And I think I'm going to roll the dice with Caleb Williams being really good, and I'm going to draft DJ Moore.
You're on the clock again.
And I am on the clock again.
I don't have that on my.
I am on the clock again, and I think I'm just going to double down, and I'm going to go Devontae Smith.
I love it.
So my team currently is looking like, as we enter the 5th round, Christian McCaffrey, Travis Etienne, Marvin Harrison Jr., DJ Moore, and Devontae Smith. And Ave, you are back on the clock.
Thank you, sir. So I have a quarterback, 2 wide receivers, and who did I draft in the previous? I drafted a running back. Okay. I really want to do this. It's probably a little too early. But I think I'm going to go with a wide receiver here. I'm not going to take DK, even though we have the same diet, but I'm going to take this guy with sweet feet. I'm going to go with Cooper from Cleveland, Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. Nice. Yeah, he's still got it. People are worried about the age, but I don't really know why. He was great last year. So after Cooper goes James Conner, Alvin Kamara. What's Derek Montgomery?
David
Montgomery and DK Metcalf.
Oh, no.
Jessica, you are working with 2 running backs, Breece Hall and Devin Achane, and 2 wide receivers, Deebo Samuel and Cooper Kupp. You are back on the clock.
Let's take a look at this. So I need probably a quarterback next. I don't really like any of these quarterbacks.
I would not advise necessarily forcing that because you do need 2 flexes.
But I'm still speaking.
Yeah, my bad.
But since I don't like any of the quarterbacks, I'm probably just going to let that one ride out. And let me look over at our tight end. So Mark Andrews is available. The next best tight end available. Interestingly enough, he got in a car accident, but he has no injuries. So should I risk it? I think I have to. I'm going to draft Mark Andrews as my tight end.
Wow. Ave can no longer stack. Love it.
And let's see. I can either...
So Jessica's back on the clock. 6 picks
I'd like to get a... Let me see.
Mixon, Harris, McBride, Stevenson, Mostert, and Jones.
So I really do like Tank Dell. I forget how he did last year, but I'd like him in my flex. So I think I'm going to grab him because I hate all of the quarterbacks, actually.
Love that pick. Tank Dell's a beast.
And then it's up
I'm
to
going to
me.
get like some random quarterback from...
This whole suggested player system is brutal. I guess the one on the left is a little bit better. Nice. All right. Ave is on the clock.
And he's contemplating.
After Tank Dell went DeAndre Swift, Javonte Williams, Tony Pollard, and Zamir White. You still don't have an RB2. You have 3 receivers and a quarterback.
I know. But these RBs are just...
I'm trying to help the people visualize. Yeah. You went for the hero RB build. I respect it.
My wide receiver room is not bad. I've got a good quarterback. I don't know if it's reaching to draft an RB here, but I need one.
Talk to people through what you're thinking. Who you're contemplating, who you like, who you don't like. Is that in there?
Speak, Avery.
Think out loud, brother.
Sorry. Yeah, this is just not. My options are not great here.
What?
I will
Tell
not
the people the not great options.
At running back, so these are the top options off the board. We've got Brian Robinson for the Washington, and Eckler is there as well. We've got Devin Singletary in New York, and that offense is not expected to be very, very good. We've got Zach Moss in Cincinnati. Zach Moss, is he RB1?
He is.
He's RB1 in Cincinnati. I like that a lot. So I'm going to go with Zachariah Moss in this position for my RB2.
Oh, I guess that puts me on the clock, doesn't it? And I am due for a quarterback. I get back-to-back picks here. I think what I'm going to... All right, so we had a little technical difficulty, but we are back at the end of round 8. So I was explaining that I needed a quarterback in round 6 and 7 on that turn. I ended up going with Malik Neighbors and Anthony Richardson. A followed that up, drafting T. Higgins. It got down to Jessica, who took Joe Burrow at the 7:07, and then followed that up by drafting George Kittle in the 8:04 spot. Ave, it is now back to you at 8:09. What are you thinking?
I kind of dissed this offense earlier, but I just love this guy. He can catch it out the backfield. He can run also for touchdowns. He touches the ball so often. He's getting a little bit older, but I still love his ability, and I'm going to go with Austin Eckler in this spot.
Interesting. You believe in him in Washington, D.C., do ya?
I do.
Guess we'll see. Okay, so I don't love the running backs that are still on the board. Do I need a tight end? I do. So maybe I'll see who's there. Oh, yeah.
Wow. There's no way. I literally just started him the pick for myself.
All right. Tight end made it easy. Kyle Pitts might have a great year. I'm not sure, but I am going to be taking Dalton Kincaid here at 8:10. And then if we flip back to the 901 pick, it comes back to me. And I think I'm just going to go for a potential high volume guy. So I'm between Terry McLaurin and Calvin Ridley. And I think I'm going to go. There's Zay Flowers on the board, Rashee Rice, Christian Kirk. Honestly, those are all reasonable picks along with these two. But I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley. I don't think D-Hop has the year he had previously, and I think he got hurt. So I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley. And send it back to you, Ave.
And who I thought you were going to pick at the tight end slot, you didn't pick. So
that's huge news for you.
Yes, exactly. That is who I'm going to go with right now, and that is Kyle Pitts down there in Atlanta.
You believe in the new offense?
I believe in Kyle Pitts and that he's not injury. He's going into the season injury free.
That is true. A lot of people are out on him because he's been weird, but he is, if you look at the stats, actually doing pretty well amongst tight ends historically. Zay Flowers goes off the board, then Jamison Williams, Deontay Johnson, Jerome Ford, drafted by the same team as Nick Chubb, so I guess that makes sense. And Jessica is back on the clock at the 9:07.
Yeah. So I'm looking at Rashee Rice. The only thing is that I already have Cooper Kupp, so they would be on the same bye week. Something I think I should look at, but I don't think it matters. Just the other people I chose. So I'm gonna snag him, put him on my. Oh, interesting.
I think that could be Kansas City's. Well, I mean, they have Travis Kelce, but Rashee Rice, they were really high on him. I think talent-wise, he's there. They just haven't put it all together. But he could be a great pick for you. Mm-hmm. Following Rashee Rice, we have Keenan Allen taken at the 9:08, and then Christian Kirk, 9:09, Terry McLaurin, 9:10, Chase Brown, Ezekiel Elliott, and then Trey Benson, which takes it back to Jessica, who now has a team pretty full. Joe Burrow, Breece Hall, Devon Achane, Deebo Samuel, Cooper Kupp, Mark Andrews, Tank Dell, Rashee Rice, and George Kittle on the bench. So, Jessica, what are you thinking now?
Let's see. Okay. All right. So I have like this fear because I believe that the kicker actually does matter more than they do. And I sort of want to take a kicker.
Ballsy. Love it.
Yeah, I realize that. Now, Justin Tucker.
You can't ask us. It's your team.
Fine.
Go.
She didn't pick him yet, but
let me see.
Sorry, you know.
Yeah, I think that this is going to do something. This is not correct, but I don't think anyone does their own draft the same as anyone else. And to make up for my quarterback, I'm picking Justin Tucker.
Why is that making up for your quarterback?
no, yeah.
Is it because now I feel like...
Bro, you held out longer than Juicy J. He took Justin Tucker in like the 7th round.
That's because I'm the original Juicy J.
Good point. Very good point.
DeAndre Hopkins goes after Justin Tucker.
When did he take
followed
him?
by Rome Odunze, Chris Godwin, and Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed, I feel like I picked him up one year. Was he a rookie last year?
I think he was.
I think I picked him up late in the season.
I think you did
in
too.
one league.
I think I had him and then I dropped him.
Yeah, and he played pretty well.
Yeah.
This is just, I like this guy so much. It's another guy out of Kansas City, another UT guy. He's very, very quick. I don't know what Hollywood Brown situation is like. I don't know what the if there's any ramifications for Rashee Rice this year. So maybe this guy does step in and play very well. But I'm gonna go with Xavier Worthy.
Nice. So that leaves the turn for me. I am working with Anthony Richardson, Christian McCaffrey, Travis Etienne, Marvin Harrison, DJ Moore, Dalton Kincaid, Devontae Smith, Malik Neighbors, and Calvin Ridley. So I could really go for any sort of flex, I guess. And I think at this point, I'm going to go running back, wide receiver, just to keep filling up the positions. And I'm going to go with Rico Dowdle from Dallas. I don't think Zeke has a strong 16, 17 games in him. And I think Dowdle's actually going to end up with a lot of touches. Zeke is the starter as of now, but we'll see where that goes. And then I kind of want to sneak in another receiver. And I'm between Jackson Smith-Njigba and Lad McConkey. I enunciated as well as I could, okay, Ave? And Lad McConkey, ironically enough. Those two names.
The McCunkster.
I just think Lockett and DK get so many targets on that not so great offense, and Herbert's going to need someone to throw to, so I'm going to go with the rookie Lad. It's my third rookie wide receiver. And Ave, you're back on the clock.
So I'm going to double dip into a little QB action here. It's a 10-man league, so they may get taken off the board. So I'm going to go with my guy. He can't see over this line of scrimmage, but he can sling them things. That's the lefty out of Miami, and Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Both of my picks, the last two picks, there's 100% chance that they would still be on the board for my next pick. I got the alert. I'm like this insight down the bottom.
After Tua goes Hollywood Brown, Jordan Addison, Cortland Sutton, Christian Watson, and the 1107 is back to Jessica.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, so I also can just pretty much play with the bench now. I feel. Yeah, so I think I want to go with the wide receiver. I think the best up is Jackson Smith. I'm not even going to try, even though I do know how to say it.
It's not worth it. This is getting recorded, so Jackson Smith.
Yeah. I'm going to draft him.
Just do the initials.
A lot of wide receivers off the board, and then 3 running backs. Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir.
Wow.
Mike Williams, Zach Charbonnet, Blake Corum, and Chuba Hubbard. And that puts Jessica back on the clock.
Yes, it does. Let's see.
Talk to the people. They're
Yeah,
sitting in
I feel
silence.
so I definitely want to fill in my bench here. There's something like I really want to do things that I'm not supposed to do, like just grab a defense. So
do whatever you want. It's part of the game.
Why you stop yelling at me?
Makes it more
Let's
fun.
start there.
Makes it more fun.
So I don't even know. Let me just go off of things I don't know. So right now, the highest bid is the Baltimore Ravens defense. I don't even know if they're a good defense.
Well, there's no games that are going to be played on this draft that we're doing. It's just going to be a
Facts.
fan vote. So
So
don't overthink
I'm
it.
drafting the Philadelphia defense because it's really, honestly, rude that I don't have any on my team.
Oh, no Eagles.
Correct.
That's a way to get them in, I guess. All right. So 4 tight ends in a row go after the Eagles. Bowers, Ingram, Ferguson, and Njoku, and Ave, you're back on the clock. Are you going to follow this defensive avalanche, or are you going to stick to skill players for now?
Skill players for now. My last 2 picks can get me a kicker and my defense and special teams. I do not know much about these guys that are left on the board, but I will go off of feel here. And this guy always puts up numbers. It says he's injured at the moment. I don't trust this application right now, but this guy, he just always puts up the numbers, and I trust in him to.
Lock it.
Yeah, I trust in him.
I'm not even
consistent
looking
guy.
at running backs. I just know he's Mr. Consistent.
Yeah.
Nice. I have no clue what I'm getting myself into, but again, this is just going to be a straight vote. We're not actually going to play games, but I think I'm drafting my 4th rookie wide receiver here in Brian Thomas Jr. He's out of LSU. Those LSU receivers are really good. He's in Jacksonville, so he does have Christian Kirk as competition, but he also has Christian Kirk that the defense has to pay attention to. I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr. there, and then, of course, it wraps back around to me. And you know what? I think I'm going to double down on QB2 in case, Anthony Richardson got hurt last year. He's potentially injury prone just by the way he plays. And I kind of want Caleb Williams anyway. So I'm just going to draft him, and he might end up being even better than Richardson. So we'll see what happens there.
I like this guy at OSU. It's an RB. He went to Baltimore. Injury prone like hell, but I'm drafting off of field, so I'm going to go.
He could get that spot in LA.
I'm going to go with J.K. Dobbins, but I'm actually not kidding.
Oh, yeah. I see what we did there. Yeah, I mean, it's him and Gus Edwards again in the same backfield. And, yeah, J.K. is lethal when he's healthy.
Exactly.
So hopefully they can keep him healthy. Marshawn Lloyd goes after J.K., followed by Tyler Algier, Jalen Wright, and Ty Chandler. We are really in the depths of this draft at this point.
We're deep in it.
Arguably should just cut it off now, and Abe and I can draft a kicker and a defense in the next 2 rounds and call those the team. Oh, that is the last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you got to
Good.
cut it short.
We only have a 5-person bench, so don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. This is over soon, and you'll hear the full team. Jessica, 1307. What do you got?
Yeah, so the 13th round, totally have no idea. What I did was I went to ESPN on the side and looked at what their 13th round is. And I'm going to try and match it up here.
You're really focused. You're on that Matthew Berry. What's his name? Matthew Berry. And
I don't know who did this one. I'll tell you later.
I'm
Mel
just
Kuypers.
yeah. There's a kid I used to draft with who straight up went by order, like didn't overthink
I like
anything,
him.
just
I'm going to
bang.
find him.
Did
What's that
he perform
mean?
well?
No, Mario
That's hilarious.
Castro.
These guys get paid hundreds of $1,000s, maybe millions too.
Yeah, he would
Analyze and
print Matthew Berry's draft sheet. He would just follow
follow
it to
the
the
board.
T.
That is hilarious.
All right, so I think I'm going to go with another tight end.
Oh my goodness, tight end university.
Why? Do I have a lot?
You have 2 so far.
Fine.
There's only one starting tight end, or if you want to put one in the flex. But the tight end on the board are better,
all
Actually, there are better tight ends on the board than receivers and stuff in some instances.
True. This is interesting. I don't like how they do these suggestions, but I'm gonna pick Dallas Goedert.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go with. I feel like I don't have enough running backs. Could be wrong.
You took my kicker.
Who, me?
No, the CPU.
Oh.
Yeah, you could probably use a running back.
I wanted the butt kicker so bad.
I'm gonna take.
Although there's not much on the board. Oh, actually, your boy's down there.
Yeah, I just took.
Oh my gosh, that's a great pick. That's awesome.
That was
Jaleel
not from
McLaughlin.
ESPN.
She took Jaleel McLaughlin. He's a backup, but I mean, we're in backup territory. We've been in backup territory for a little while now. But Javonte Williams is very injury prone. So, and I believe, who's the coach there now? What is his name? The dude who used to coach the Saints.
Sean Payton's.
Sean Payton is the new coach of Denver. And he likes Jaleel. So he's going to play potentially if Javonte. Well, he'll play definitely, but he might get the number one spot if Javonte's hurt.
Last 2 rounds, you know what that means. Kickers, defense, and special teams.
Not
Yes,
for
sir.
me.
Yeah, not for you. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, you
you're
could
allowed.
double
She's
now.
taking a wide. Yeah, double kicker. Put a kicker in the flex.
I've seen it work before.
I mean, Justin Tucker's RB, like, what's up RB number?
Sometimes, yeah. So I'm gonna go with the kicker here, and my young ho is Koo.
Oh, my old bitch lame, but my young ho Koo. Awesome. I love that you did that. I love young ho Koo, but I wanted Jake Elliott badly. Go Birds. I needed a bird on my team. I took Jake.
I'll probably
Elliott.
trade for him.
And now I'm going defense, and I think it only makes sense to go Cleveland Browns, Myles Garrett, give me some sacks. So I end up with the Cleveland Browns defense.
So you told me this yesterday, but apparently Kansas City finished number 1 overall in defense special teams last year.
I told you that?
Somebody did.
I did not tell you that.
I think it was you.
All right.
If you're right, it's sick. If you're wrong,
I didn't
Yeah,
say
so-
that. I showed up at 7:28 for our 7:30
I'm going
draft.
to take the Chiefs defense here. Super Bowl winning team. Yep. Get me on the board there.
All right, Jessica, and your last pick of the draft.
This is gonna be a good one. I just feel it.
Just draft Terrell Owens.
Yeah, I feel it in my bones. Let's see. See what I'm gonna do here. Really not easy to see everyone. I wish I could just see everyone.
I have the draft board up.
Oh,
And then
really?
Same. I didn't figure it out till like the 9th round, though.
Yeah, like if you click draft board at the top there,
Yeah.
and then on the left, you click your position, and it's way easier to scroll through.
So I was trying to like remember what I drafted the whole. I was like scrolling up the whole time
Oh.
for so long. To,
What
like,
I
the
was
9th round.
doing.
Anyway, last pick. Just rip it off like a Band-Aid.
Yeah, I'm looking. I think I'm gonna go
With the tight end.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with someone that just really speaks to me this year.
Let's hear it.
I just really know that they're gonna do well. Okay.
Okay.
I'm guessing who it is. I've got my screen ready. I think I've got it.
You can go ahead. Ooh, I decided. No, not changing my mind.
I have it.
No, I finally saw this whole list. This is way easier.
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
Jessica, 15th round.
Am I on a time clock?
Yes.
Count it
24
down.
hours.
3, 2.
You start at 3.
one.
That's absolutely wild and not fair. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with I just have to get to him really quick. Hold on. I slid very far down.
Gotta be an Eagle, then I don't have it.
I have no clue who this is.
Draft.
I didn't even see it.
I didn't even see it. All right.
So I got a B.
I got
an
an
83 out of 100.
I got a 93 out of 100.
I got a C.
Shoot.
I got a 75 out of 100. They're just judging because of the way I did it.
All right, we will put this in an Instagram post and probably not on screen right now, but in an Instagram post, you guys can vote. But I'll go first. My team, Anthony Richardson, Christian McCaffrey, Travis Etienne, Marvin Harrison Jr., DJ Moore, Dalton Kincaid, Devontae Smith, Malik Neighbors, Cleveland Browns defense, Jake Elliott, kicker, and my bench is Calvin Ridley, Caleb Williams, Ladd McConkey, Brian Thomas Jr., and Rico Dowdle. Ave, run the people through your squad.
I've got CeeDee Lamb in the first, then I went Mike Evans, Isaiah Pacheco, Lamar Jackson, Amari Cooper, Zach Moss, T. Higgins, Austin Eckler, Kyle Pitts, Xavier Worthy, Tua Tagovailoa, Tyler Lockett, J.K. Dobbins, Young Ho, and then finally the Kansas City Chiefs defense and special teams.
And yes,
I'm going to go the way my mind works. So we're going to go quarterback, Joe Burrow, running back, Breece Hall,
Okay.
second running back, Devon Achane, wide receiver, Debo, wide receiver, Cooper, Cup, tight end, which I have a few of them, Mark Andrews. In my flex, Tank Dell and Rashid Rice. Well, yeah. I have Philadelphia's defense, Justin Tucker. I think the highlight of my whole pick here, but
Yep.
my bench is George Kittle, Dallas Goedert, Jackson Smith, blank, TJ Hawkinson, and Jaleel
That'd be so funny.
Jaleel McLaughlin. And I got a C, and that is rude, and it's racist.
I think your team's
Yeah,
better
I
than a
agree.
C, but
I
the
agree.
people will let us know. Anyway, that is enough of NFL football. Thank you for sticking through the draft. That was fun. Hope it was enjoyable. Hope we shared some opinions that maybe can help in your draft. You saw who we decided to choose over other players. You still have your draft coming up in the coming weeks. Maybe that helped a little bit. Anyway, from one football to another, Ave,
Football.
the Premier League kicked off. I don't know if every league did, but I know Mbappe definitely is playing in Madrid.
Yes.
So that's exciting. The big guys won.
All of them.
Yeah.
Which is
Arsenal
weird,
won.
yeah.
City won. Did Chelsea win?
Chelsea played City.
Okay. City. Okay. United won. Liverpool
Liverpool won.
So a lot of wins. Not much to say in the Arsenal game. I think it was a 2-0 win. Am I
2-0.
correct?
Yes, you are correct.
Pretty cruise control-esque win. Man U. What was that game at?
1-0.
1-0 late goal.
Late goal, 87th minute. But I watched the highlights. I didn't watch it because we were golfing. The game happened on Friday. But Man U really controlled the game. They had so many chances. Bruno could have scored a hat trick. Somebody else that should have scored twice. But they created a lot of chances. They just couldn't put one in the back of the net. They put on Zirkzee and late in the game.
And he's their new signing.
New signing, yeah.
He's
and
good.
He's solid. Came
Very
in and
good.
scored very instinctive goal. So I'm hoping there's more to come, But Man U's off on the right foot.
Yeah, they were top of the league for a day.
Yeah, they were. I was running around the house telling everybody.
Yeah. Jessica, Man U was the first team to play this year, so they won on Friday. So they were 1-0, and everyone else had 0 points, and they had 3. So Ave told everyone they were top of the league, which they were.
I glowed in a splash face hard.
I mean, the logic makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotta brag about your wins.
Yeah.
It's gonna
I
be a
do
long
it.
season.
The Eagles 1-0. We're undefeated, baby.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, no, that game's not first, right? That Brazil game? Does that lead off football this year?
No, there's a game on Thursday. I think that game's on
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs play on Thursday.
They do. You're right. Other notable things, Chelsea has 54 men rostered right now, which is
54
ridiculous.
contract, yeah.
Yeah. How many people need to go out on loan? Or like, what do they need to do?
So
to go
they
into
have
the
8
season?
out on loan, which will bring that total down to 46.
Okay.
I believe the squad for the Premier League is 26.
Wow.
It may have been expanded to 28 because of COVID
It's
and
still
whatnot.
plenty.
But they still need around 18 to 20 players on loan or something to happen to them.
Yeah.
So
Why would you sign? I don't get it.
They're just signing everybody just
but why
because
would
they
you
can.
even say yes? Because you could get cut. Like, what happens? You're just out of a job?
I mean, you're getting a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, you're just chilling and they have to pay you still. 'cause you're in
Exactly.
the contract. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Or pay you some portion of it, probably a lot.
Dude, we should sign for Chelsea.
I'm so down.
That's the move.
Dude, we need an agent right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have some notable players, too, that are honestly not performing that great. So you don't even know what's going to happen to them. Like, Mudryk came over, João Felix.
Paid him so much
And
money,
Kunku
though.
got injured, and Kunku, but he's good. But who knows?
Yeah,
he
he hasn't
hasn't played
played.
that well.
But they have right now. They already told Raheem Sterling, who's a multiple time Premier League champion, a really good player in all respects.
Yeah.
that he's not going to be there. There's no playing time for him.
Oh wow!
They told Ben Chilwell that, hey, you got to find another club,
What?
but we'll still pay you. But you have to train on your own, do everything by yourself. But you're not going to make the team.
Wow!
It's
I didn't know it
insane.
was like that. That is crazy.
It's insane. And then they're still signing more players. They just signed João Felix for
They
like 40
signed-
million.
And like Caicedo that
Last year,
Colombian,
yeah. Enzo, they signed a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They have so many players, and their contracts are forever.
Yeah.
There's this. I took a picture earlier. So the amount of years they have left on their players is like 191 years. The next closest is
2030.
Is in Tottenham with 97.
Oh, I thought you meant the next contract.
No,
Wow, 97.
Yeah, compared to 191, it's basically double.
Well, it's because they have so many players too,
and they signed him for like 7-year contracts.
That's
all these guys are on such long contracts because of financial fair play. You have to spread the money around.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah,
insane.
Some normal teams and normal signings. We already mentioned De Ligt to Man U and Calafiori to Arsenal, but a newer one, Gundogan, goes back to Man City
on a free. On a free, brother.
He's getting up there, but I heard there was a locker room back and forth between Gundogan and
I think it's Flick that's in there now. It's the manager. It's German.
No, in the Barcelona camp, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
but it might have been another. Oh, yeah, it was Araujo. He flipped out on Araujo.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, like, none of the Barca guys mess with him anymore or something.
He's the captain. I don't get it. It was weird to see some player come in and join a new league that he's not, like, actually from and be the captain.
Yeah.
But that's the state of Barcelona right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Gundogan, and they're letting him go for free, which I don't get because I'm pretty
sure his contract runs out.
But is it this year or is it like next year? Like I don't understand.
Oh, I mean, I'm just assuming it's this year because that's why.
I mean, but he just signed for Barca a year ago, 2 years ago. So how could his contract be up? Yeah. Well, who knows how Barca's doing business?
I mean, I just say that because that's what happened to Mbappe. That's why he went free.
Right.
You see, they're getting sued and they might get kicked out of the Champions League because they didn't pay him at all.
Yeah.
Like 50 mil they owe him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That French league is in trouble. I'm telling you now.
Yeah. So and then Alvarez goes to Atletico. I think that's a decent fit. You're not really high on him, right?
No, high on Alvarez. The fee is it's monumental.
Is it 80 mil?
80 mil euros.
Yeah, but people are in the hundreds. Like João Felix, 140.
Yeah, but that was when he was a lot younger as well, and like he was a star boy at that given time. Julian Alvarez, like he's playing on a great team. He's winning, Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, but
with Argentina and Man City.
Yeah, exactly. But he's not the main guy. And $80 million is
main guy money.
It's a hefty price.
True. Yeah. So then we can talk Mbappe, I guess, if we're in La Liga now. And not much to talk about. I believe he scored in the opener.
He scored in the UEFA Super Cup, yes. Yeah. And they won that pretty handily. It might have been like 3-1 or something like that. They pretty much dominated, I think. I forget who they played, but it was Real Madrid the whole way.
Yeah, as per usual.
Yeah. But their season opener in La Liga was a whole different story. They've got all the boys are in this. Rodrigo, it's Bellingham, it's Mbappe, it's Valverde. Like all the top names are in. They go away to Mallorca, which is a small club. I'm not sure if they just moved up to the.
No, they were there.
They were there. Yeah. Okay, well they're one of the smaller clubs in La Liga, and they gave them everything, and they ended up tying in the first game of the season.
Wow, that's abnormal because soccer doesn't usually take a lot to play together. Like I was thinking even Mbappe being there doesn't really take away goals from Vinicius because the sport is so 90 minutes of playing. Like instead of 4 goals, they'll just score 6 now. That's kind of how it works. It's not like in basketball or football where the targets are taken away from another receiver because you have another good one. Those plays are so quick and then they're done. Soccer, it's like, oh, we're going to get 20 shots and be
especially when like you're such a bigger team as well. Then
you just score
you have
more.
The ball 80% of the time.
Right. Neymar statistically was his best with Messi in Barcelona. Like he was phenomenal at Barcelona. There's more to go around. So
apparently might be a reunion. I've seen I've seen some links
in Miami, right?
No, to Barca.
Back to Barca.
Yeah, I've seen some links back to Barca.
I saw Neymar to Miami.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what Neymar has left and how much he really, really wants to play that badly, but I would love to see him play competitive European soccer.
Yeah, me too. So sad. I mean, he's phenomenal.
Yeah. He's one of the best players I've ever seen. One of the best Brazilian players, which is very, very hard to say and like hard to do. And he's absolutely an upper echelon Brazilian player.
Yeah. Okay, so wrapping up soccer, Pochettino, the Argentinian bloke.
Argentinian, yeah.
Former Tottenham coach and PSG, and also in
Chelsea.
Italy. Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah,
too.
he was at Chelsea last year. He actually did a great job with Chelsea. You see with their
situation is with the squad, and he had them in sixth place. They finished above Man U.
Yeah, and they were all injured last year too.
Yeah, that's a great job.
He is the new U.S. men's national soccer coach, so I can't be mad at that. I think that's good. It's only better than where we were.
I agree.
We joked about Jurgen Klopp, but we knew he never really wanted it.
Right.
But this is, I mean, he's got maybe not the same resume, but almost like as good of a resume as Jurgen.
Yeah, he's a fantastic coach. He never won anything with Tottenham just because they're so cursed, but he did win a couple trophies with PSG. And like I said, last year it was probably his best coaching job with Chelsea. So I'm very excited to see what he brings to the national team. I just love the different mindset. I love coaches from a different country, to be honest. United States soccer is not
just to show the culture. Yeah,
where we need an American to coach us, unless it was like a legend from U.S. soccer that played overseas and understands what it takes to be, a great squad. But Pochettino, I'm very excited to see what he brings to the program, and I am going to be very, very excited to watch their opening match.
Yeah, me too. It makes me want to watch a bit more too. I'm interested in who he decides to play, even just like with his style and whatnot. So,
and speaking of the U.S. men's national team, I don't know if you saw, but Tim Weah's goal, the opening.
No.
So Serie A, I believe, started. So he scored a banger for Juve.
I did not see.
You gotta watch
Check it out.
Yeah.
Nice. Shout out Tim.
Timo's. Yeah.
All right. So that is it for football. And we're going to transition into the MLB now. I was going to ask Jessica if the recording was good and dandy, but she looked up and checked as I was going to ask. So we can just go right in. Not too much to dwell on in the MLB, Ave, but I do want to update the viewers on a pretty historic season. I'm not sure how closely you're following this part of it, but there are, I don't know how many teams. Let me count here. No one is on pace to break 100 wins. And because of that, there's a lot of teams caught up in the top 10 or so. Let me round out how many teams are between 71 and 75 wins right now, which is the most in the league. Padres at 72, Diamondbacks at 72, Dodgers at 75, Brewers at 73, Phillies at 74, Royals at 71, Twins at 71, Guardians at 73, Orioles at 74, and Yankees at 70. So by this time last year, there were a handful of teams that had broken 80 wins and were on pace to 100. It's the first time since 2014 that no team is on pace for 100 wins. These teams are very close. 9 teams, all within 3 games of each other. Yeah. And the run differential for the number 1 team, I believe, is the Yankees at 116. And there's not that many games left. I want to say there's
like, what, 2 or 3 weeks left?
30 games, a month left. I think there's less than a month, so less than 30, I guess. And there hasn't been the number 1 team with less than a 230 run differential. And number 1 right now is at 116, so about half.
Yeah.
So they're not going to double it with 1 month left of baseball. So I think it's similar to the NBA, where I think we're in a good state. I would want to hear your opinion, because last year we had 2 wildcard teams make the World Series. Both were in the 80s for wins. Didn't even break 90.
Yeah.
This year we have no teams on pace to get to 100. And we don't have teams blowing people out at all, because they're not even going to get to 200. And neither of those have happened since 2014. So I actually kind of like it. I think it's competitive.
Yeah.
I don't know what your take was.
I love the parity. I love when teams are very, very close and you generally don't know who's going to win. And I get that feeling kind of from baseball either way. I feel like the best team doesn't really win. It's usually the team that gets hot, which is very on par for this season. Everybody's having a relatively good season at the top and that are going to make the playoffs. And then it's really going to be who the best man is at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be competitive. I think it's well-roundedness. I think a lot of teams are. It's funny, like the Yankees are almost the only team that's doing it with star power, and everyone else is like kind of just well mixed. I mean, obviously there are stars with the Dodgers and the Phillies, and I guess the Orioles, but
young stars though.
Yeah, exactly, young stars. But the way the Yankees are doing it, it's really a 2-man show. It's like MVP 1 and 2, and they maybe have some gaps, but everyone else is kind of just like a well-oiled machine. So playoff time will indeed be very
I'm surprised
fun.
with that run differential. You would think with, how many home runs that Aaron Judge has and how many home runs that Soto has. And
Yeah.
You would think that they'd be rounded out and scoring, and how well their pitching has been as well.
Yeah,
You
the
would think
starting pitching was hot in the beginning, but I think they fell
They
off.
kinda- okay.
Yeah, I don't think Garrett Cole's doing what people thought he would do, and so on and so forth.
Got
So,
you. But yeah, hearing that they're only at like 120 or so run differential is surprising.
yeah, I could be wrong. Honestly, it might not even be them. I can actually check right now. I don't know
Mm.
why I'm guessing.
That's who I would assume because
Yes.
of how much, their lineup is.
Yankees
so
have 119 plus 119. The Royals, who are in third in their division, are actually in second at 110, and then Brewers, Dodgers at 107, and Phillies at 101. No one else is in the triple digit.
Got you.
So anyway, wanted to share that. Not much more on the MLB except for RIP White Sox. They officially are eliminated from the playoffs. That happened on August 17th. It is the earliest in
He has
MLB.
31 wins.
Yeah. It is the earliest in MLB history that a team has been eliminated from the playoffs. They had, I believe, a
Man.
20 or 21 game losing streak. So, White Sox, the season is over. Finish out your games, enjoy your vacation, and reset, refocus, and good luck next
So
year.
how does the draft order work? Will they get the first overall pick now?
I believe they will. I don't
Okay.
think it's a lottery.
Got you. Well,
Yeah.
there's so many rounds as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, just rebuild. Time to rebuild, man. Time to rebuild.
They're kind of like the Detroit Pistons, and the Pistons are getting a little bit better. So maybe the Pistons 2 years ago, but like the White Sox were decent growing up. Like they had Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince era where like they were competing in playoffs, and I think they won a World Series when we were in. They were in the World Series, but I don't know if they won.
I feel like Tim Anderson had some good teams. Like they
Before Tim, though. Like I'm
Okay.
saying, it's like the Pistons, like because they had Paul Konerko and AJ Pierzynski and Mark Burley and David Lee and Derek Lee.
I know David Lee, the basketball player, the lefty.
And yeah, there was David Lee and Carlos Lee, but they had David Lee and they had what's his name, Scott Podzednik. They had Scott Rowland.
I know Rollins.
Yeah. They were a good little squad back then. They had the crazy Hispanic coach, Ozzie Guillen.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, they were good.
Well.
But now they're embarrassing, and they have been for a while. So,
I've seen the fans. They're pulling out the paper bags, so that's not good.
Yeah,
It's not a good sign.
Yeah. So that's it for baseball. Really tight at the top, really embarrassing at the bottom. Not much more to add. But serious crunch time is coming around. I know Jessica's been really excited to watch baseball recently because there's only a month left, and that's when people start to tune in, although we are year-round watchers. But
it's so competitive, so it's so worth it to tune in.
Yeah.
Especially going down the stretch and going into playoffs. Like,
fantasy baseball's had me locked in, too.
yeah. Unfortunately, we were eliminated, though.
For real?
Yeah,
We lost last week?
lost last week, yeah.
I didn't even know. I didn't even
So
ogres.
I'm out now.
Dang. Yeah. Nope. Never mind. Just watching for the gambling. So there goes baseball. Next, Abe, we have UFC. We only got one fight on the agenda. I'll let you take over if you want. I just talked up a storm for baseball. I know we watched this fight together. So what did you think?
It was disappointing from my end, but I mean, what a performance from Dricus Duplessis. I mean,
that's a tough name. I don't blame you.
Yeah, and there was so much going back and forth with Dricus and Izzy because they're both African, but Dricus is actually from the continent. Izzy was born in New Zealand and whatnot. And he said, "I'm the real African." But there's so much build up to this fight, and he's
white.
He's white.
So
he's a white man. Yeah,
white dude saying that to
I'm
a
from
black
Africa.
guy.
Yeah, this is my continent. Yes, exactly. That's all that went into it. And I thought Izzy was sharp for the first 3 rounds. Even in the 4th round, he was still sharp. He was getting hit, not getting hit as much, but he took 2 or 3 shots that really, got him.
Stung him.
Yeah, stung him. And Dricus did his job. He brought him down and tapped him out really, really easily.
Yeah, this is crazy, but he gripped him up real good on the floor. Sorry, I had to. That's what he did.
Dude, have you seen his Dricus's trainer? There's like a cup check every single round. Is sus as
Yeah,
No,
it's
I
one
have
of those.
not.
It's crazy.
I don't know if I'll be looking that up either, to be honest. I'm going to just trust you on that one.
Dude, just tune it into YouTube, bro. What do you
No,
mean?
I don't want to see him grabbing his nuts.
It's insane.
But yeah, my take on the fight was Duplessis seems like a barbarian and not like necessarily obviously he's well
He
trained.
doesn't fight pretty.
Yeah, and Adesanya looked like he was in control for a lot of that fight. I totally agree. I think I haven't looked at the stats, but I think if you did, the strikes were leaning.
He's also coming from that background as well.
Yeah, that's true. Leading Izzy, but it was weird. Like once the fire got lit and it was like messy, it was advantage Duplessis
yeah.
because he like that's where he thrives, is like being close and being wild, and that's
In the
kind of what
chaos.
happened. He threw that punch and it hit him like on the side of the head.
Then
And
do
then
another one, yeah.
Yeah, and he kind of just put his head down and ran towards him. And then when he got the choke, it was like clearly under his chin.
Yeah.
And if you're ever here, there's nothing.
You can't break that lock.
Usually they're trying to sneak an arm in or press their ear against their shoulder.
Yeah.
But Izzy was like leaning back, and then he caught him right under the chin and then ripped his legs down with his legs. And it was like, yeah, of course
It was over
a
so quick.
tap. Yeah. You can't get out of it.
Right.
I don't blame him for tapping.
You don't
It
wanna
stinks that he
go to
lost,
sleep,
but
yeah.
he loses.
Yeah, he lost that fight. I don't know what's next for him. Dricus is looking like he's going to carry on this reign in the middleweight division. He's took out Strickland. He's took out Izzy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's next for Duplessis, but Izzy I'm also worried about because he's coming off a 12-month layoff. He's 35 years old. So I don't know what's next for the guy, man.
Yeah, me neither. Like we said, he looked good, but I think he's over 100 plus professional fights now total.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I mean, he's done everything in the world. Like, he's been a champ. He beat his biggest rival on the biggest stage.
true.
So there's not really much left for him to complete. He's a Hall of Famer in the UFC, probably a Hall of Fame kickboxer as well. There's nothing else to prove. He can, walk off into the sunset after this one. But if he wants to fight, I'm going to watch him fight because I'm just interested in him. I like his fighting style, but I don't have to see it. But if he does, I will watch.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan in the beginning, but I do like Izzy now. That was definitely rooting for him. Oh, he'll fight again. He said he'll fight again. We'll see if he keeps what he ends up doing.
Yeah, I just don't like when fighters fight until they can't fight anymore. And this would be a good place to walk away from, unless he proves me wrong and he goes back and
Yeah, what if he wins? Then what?
exactly. That's
Yeah.
a big what if, but who knows? But Dricus Duplessis, congrats to him. I hope he continues the reign. Keep it going, brother.
Yeah.
For Africa.
Yeah, he's going to go fight Pereira. He said he wants to fight him at 205. Pereira said
He wants to go up. I think Pereira wants to come back down.
He does. Well, they both want the other belt.
Okay,
That's why.
true. And Pereira's going to get his way.
And if you lose, yeah, Pereira will get his way. And if you lose, you don't lose your belt.
Right.
So Duplessis will get his ass whooped at 205 against
yeah.
Pereira because
Right.
he's trying to fight heavyweight.
Right.
Yeah, in my opinion. But he's obviously he'd rather go up and lose than
And keep his
Pereira
belt.
come down and beat him and lose the belt.
Right. I agree with that.
So you want to? They're not my 2-minute drill, but I think. Would you want to use these for the 2-minute drill and wrap up, or do you
Sure.
want to keep
That's
them
good with
as?
me,
Yeah, because I think that last one definitely, and then I don't have much to say on this. We can just say that.
No,
right?
I'm
Yeah.
just excited about
Yeah,
it.
NCAA football's back this weekend,
Yeah.
everybody. So OU, horns down, horns down all day.
ET all day.
We love AP. We love.
I can't wait for that week to come around.
dude. It's a huge weekend. There's
I
so
know.
much more than just that game. There's like Alabama, Auburn the same weekend. Michigan,
Is it just
Ohio
all
State.
rivalries?
I don't know. It's October 13th, I think.
Oh my
it's like
God,
the craziest
rivalries.
college
Let's
football
go.
week. Yeah, don't make any plans October 13th. It's I don't know all the matchups, but apparently it's a absolutely huge
banger.
like historic college football.
And I'm just
day.
so excited for the SEC as well with the
Oh
expansion.
yeah,
It's going to
Finally
be
it's
so
here.
fun.
We've been talking about it for
Yeah.
so long.
And the Big Ten as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a fun season.
Yeah. So that about wraps us up, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking around through the news. It was our first one in 2 weeks, so we had a little bit extra to say. As always, though, we have to go through our 2-minute drill. Ave, would you like to lead us off?
I'm going to start off with some WNBA action. This is strictly for you, Michael J. I know you've been asking for it. Specifically on this note, who do we have? None other than the Caitlin Clark. She has just passed in her last game.
She just passed, I forget her name, but for the WNBA
Sounds about right.
a rookie assist record with 263 or something around that range. She's in the 200s. She is on pace to break the all-time for any player's record.
Wow.
I think there's 12 games left for her, and she's on pace to break the record in 11 games, which is insane, having one of the best seasons in WNBA history, and it's only a rookie season, so it's only up from here. So congratulations to Caitlin Clark. And also in that last game, she put up 20 plus points, 5 plus assists, and 5 plus rebounds. That's her 10th time doing that this season. I'm not sure if I think that's a rookie record, and she's kind of close to.
It's gotta be a rookie record. It's probably close to the real record.
She's doing unbelievable numbers, which is incredible to see. The league's as popular as it can be, and she's pushing the limits for that. So I'm excited to see what this comes about and how the WNBA keeps the popularity rising and her popularity as well.
Yes, I am happy for her. She had not a rough start to the season, just like I think the expectations were as high as possible, and people were just calling out like anything. A turnover that probably wasn't even her fault. Right. But it's good to see that there's absolutely nothing you can even say now because she's absolutely dominating.
Yeah, she's maybe MVP. Like she's in that conversation for sure.
Yeah,
she's having a crazy season. Good. She's having 8 assists a game. I think like 15, 16 points.
Yeah,
it's like
it's going up.
Yeah,
both
exactly.
Of those.
And like you said, she had a rough start, so
yeah,
it's only getting better.
Cool. Well, thank you, Abe, for your 2-minute drill. Jessica, do you have anything for us this week?
Yeah, I saw that Bo Nix, and I like Bo Nix from college.
You do.
No. Bo Nix is, this is just an interesting little thing. He's going to be the first Broncos rookie quarterback to start an opener since Elway.
Oh, wow. I did not know that. Elway did draft him, and he was very excited about it. And I drafted him in my dynasty. So
yeah, I like Bo Nix.
For me.
Bo Nix was with
Oregon and Auburn.
You liked him at Auburn with
Bo
Tank.
Nix was matched with
Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, Tank Bigsby.
He's Travis Etienne's backup in Jackson. Cool. I did not know that. Thank you for that.
It's a running back named Tank. That's so appropriate.
Oh, yeah. He's an Auburn back. Number 4. Beast. So, Abe, I was doing some trivia actually at lunch today with a coworker and Jessica. And Jessica had the phone. We were trying to name every team's last 1,500-yard wide receiver. We actually
1,500?
Yeah. And we did a pretty good job. However, there are 6 franchises that have never done it, so they don't have a receiver that has done it. I don't want to ask you to guess them unless you want to take like 30 seconds and try.
I'll rip a 30.
Yeah, let's just do it a little bit, but I still just want to share for the viewers. So, What franchise do you think never have had that happen?
Titans.
Incorrect. But to be fair, that was in 1964.
Texans.
Incorrect. They had. Where are they? They had DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay. Lions, no. Megatron retired. Jaguars.
Nope. Jimmy Smith in 99.
Another team. No. Raiders. No.
Raiders. Not Rice, actually, because Devontae Adams did it after him. But yeah, so not it.
No.
The Nevers, we weren't like guessing the Never ones. We guessed names that were on this. All right, let me just say it then. Okay. Unless you're loving this.
Bears. That's my last guess.
No, Brandon Marshall in 2012.
Our boy, he had 20 receptions in the game.
Yeah. All right. So the first 2 I think are reasonable. The last 4 are almost unbelievable.
But like the Patriots.
So the Seahawks have never had it.
Okay.
I thought the white dude from the past, what was his name? Dave.
I'm thinking the white dude. I'm thinking Jimmy Graham, but no, I guess he's like biracial.
I forget. There's a white dude who's a beast who used to play for the Seahawks as a receiver. The Commanders have never had one.
Is like the Redskins as well?
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's Antoine Randall L. Is like, I don't know who else.
In like recent history, yeah.
They haven't really had receivers.
Yeah.
The Ravens. Which actually, I guess that they're not really a receiver people.
Yeah.
the Bengals,
Wow, Jamar Chase has never had 1,500.
or Ocho Cinco, or Who's Your Mama,
Yeah.
or AJ Green.
AJ. Wow. And
Yeah.
AJ Bird was like 1,000 yards
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah. Or the Eagles.
How much did AJ Brown have last year?
No AJ. It's 2023's on this.
Yeah.
No AJ, no TO, no Macklin, no Jackson.
Okay.
And the craziest, maybe the craziest, the Kansas City Chiefs have never had a 15.
So Travis Kelce's never had 1,500
So they still
yards.
say
Must
wide
be so
receiver. It
much.
does say WR, so I don't
Okay.
know. But even Tyreek
Yeah. With Mahomes over like 2 years. Yeah.
or Dante Hall back in the day, I don't know. So anyway, that was
Wow.
the Seahawks, the Commanders, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Eagles, and the Chiefs have never had a receiver past the
not even
1,500
close.
yard mark. So that will just about wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 10 of Sideline Banter. Thank you for sticking around. If you've made it this far, we always appreciate it. Feel free to interact, like the episode. We will see you
In the next one.
next time.
Number 11.
See ya.
Peace.